My 24 boyfriend, 25, of 3.5 years hasn't proposed and I'm starting to worry. I just want that promise. Relationships. TLDR, my boyfriend of 3.5 years has not proposed yet and I'm starting to worry. He promised me that we would get engaged, just not now due to funds. But I know he has enough money. And it keeps getting pushed back. I just want to know we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. So I have been dating my boyfriend of 3 years. We moved in with each other over 2 years ago. Everything has been going great. We work well together, we're best friends. We've built each other into better people. He told me after 1 month of dating that he wanted to introduce me to his parents. This was a big deal because he's never introduced a girlfriend to his family. Now I'm close with his family as well. I love his family and they love me. My boyfriend said he knew we had a future from the first day we met. So here comes the part that upsets me. My boyfriend and I have talked about marriage for years. We both agree we want to marry each other. But he still hasn't proposed. I brought up the issue and he said that we should get married when I graduate college. But I want to at least be engaged. I feel like being engaged is a promise to get married. So it hurts when I see friends and couples getting married and engaged after not dating for very long. I know it shouldn't have made me jealous, but it does. I just want that promise. I brought up my views on engagement, that we're not getting married this instance, but that I want that promise. He told me he promised we'd get married, but financially it's not a good idea at the moment. My boyfriend has already graduated and has had his career with a pretty decent salary for over a year. He said he couldn't afford a ring now. I've been talking to him for months about this and he brings up the money issue. But I'm pretty sure he can afford a ring. He knows I like simple jewelry. My boyfriend, however, does pay most bills and our rent for our apartment. I contribute little because I am a full-time student with a part-time job. I'm just so in love with him and I know he feels the same. He always showers me with love, little gifts like candy, takes care of me and contributes so much to the relationship. He said that I don't need a ring right at the moment to know we'd be together forever. He knows I'm jealous of seeing ally friends get married and engaged and he doesn't like that. He tells me not to compare our relationship with others. He says that he knows us and he knows we'll get married. Am I being ridiculous for wanting a ring to absolutely know he's 100% committed to me and to get married? It just feels like there's no right time to him. I graduate this coming summer. I want kids and I want my kids to have grandparents. I never met my grandparents because my parents had me so late. I want so very much for my mom and dad to be grandparents. Since my parents are getting older, I feel like they may never have the chance to meet my kids. I'm also scared that I'll have difficulties having kids like my mom. I'm even more afraid because I had cervical cancer. My GYN told me after my surgery that I have a high risk of having a premature baby. This all goes deeper than just me being jealous of friends. And I know I shouldn't revolve me having kids around my parents, but I want to. I am turning 25 this year. I know that's still young, but my parents are getting up there. I want them to see my wedding. I want to share that experience too. I also just want that tangible promise of a ring. I've gotten hit on by guys and when I explain I have a boyfriend they simply brush it off. But when I see my friends with an engagement ring, people don't bother. And I was even told that since we're just boyfriend and girlfriend doesn't mean much. To me it means a lot and that's what my boyfriend keeps telling me. But there's that lingering feeling of, really? Are you promising your life with me? I'm not sure how to brush off the feeling of why we're not getting engaged. We don't have to get married now. I just don't see why we can't be engaged. First comment. Take a deep breath and calm down. Your boyfriend supports you financially right now. That's a pretty big commitment to someone. But, I guess it doesn't mean anything to you because it's not sparkly and shiny. He's already given you the timeline of after you graduate to get married and you originally agreed that would be acceptable. That's coming up soon. But now it's no longer acceptable to you. You are the one trying to change the previously agreed upon arrangement. Your options here are to wait until the time you two have already agreed upon, continue badgering him and see how well that goes for you, or move on because you absolutely can't wait a second longer. Second comment. You're absolutely right. It's me freaking out and my insecurities. They get the best of me at times. I get pressured by friends and family asking why hasn't he proposed? You've been together for so long. Etc. and I should not let that bother me. It's not that I want something sparkly and shiny, it's more of a promise and I should believe him when he tells me. I just see all of these relationships that turn out to be that he never wanted to propose even though he said so. But I really shouldn't be comparing relationships because I do believe him. I just have my own insecurities. But you telling me to take a deep breath and calm down is exactly what I want to hear. Thank you, I really need to do that more. Third comment. It's me freaking out and my insecurities. They get the best of me at times. Perhaps you should work on bettering yourself, not creating an issue where there is none. Anxiety is a relationship killer and you need to learn how to manage it before you'll be ready for marriage. Also, I have to look at this from your BF's point of view. You're not even graduated yet and he financially supports you. Then you're talking about wanting to pop out kids ASAP. It would be wise of you to graduate, get a good job and show him that you can be an equal partner before you guys mutually decide to start a family. Having a work ethic that aligns with your so is huge in the adult world. You guys need to figure out how your chips fall together when you're both contributing to the household. As far as friends and family badgering you, fuck 'em. People will always be curious, fishing for details on your relationship for reasons that are unknown to me. I go through this shit with my so's family constantly. What you two decide and when has absolutely no bearing on those nosy Nancys. Plus, weddings are fucking expensive lol. Fourth comment. Look at this from your BF's perspective. He's promised to marry you, your lives are entwined, you are a part of his family. He wants to wait until finances are better, he's been gainfully employed for only a year, to propose. Maybe he wants to be sure he'll be able to get you the ring and wedding of your dreams. Yet you're sulking. You are jealous of your friends and want to show off a fancy ring to them all, and to guys who hit on you. Do you even love him, or are you just angling for a ring, any ring from any guy? And you aren't even done with school yet. You don't contribute financially to the partnership with him. Maybe he wonders if you'll even want to get a job and contribute at all, since you are so eager to get married and have babies right away. Can you not see how this might appear to him? You need to seriously slow your damn roll. You are 24. You are nowhere near being unable to have children. What if you're infertile, and you rush this marriage for no reason? You are nowhere near an old maid. Your parents, unless they had you in their 40s or are in terrible health, are nowhere near never seeing their grandkids, and they can get hit by a bus any day. That's no way to make life decisions. You have a man who loves and is committed to you, despite your anxious, jealous whining for an engagement he's already promised you is coming. You are going to fuck this up if you don't get your head straight. Fifth comment. Thank you for your response. It is truly me, not him. And I know that. I absolutely love him and I can't picture myself with anyone else. I do contribute some, ipali over summers when I save, but I have a lot of medical issues that hold me back and I'm still waiting to see if I'm still cancer-free after 6 months from surgery. He knows this and is prepared for to work for the both of us. Also, my parents had me in their mid-40s. So that's still a lingering thought in my mind. But my marriage shouldn't be revolved around that. And I get that. I'm just a worrier. But yes, it's anxiety and being a petty jealous person and I know that. It's something I need to work on because I know I have someone great. Sixth comment. You're looking at this from a slightly skewed angle. It's not shallow. Anytime someone we love gets a serious diagnosis, we react, and we don't know how we'll react till it happens. It can just generally be called very stressful. Getting engaged is stressful too. Some say it's good stress, but in studies of stress, it doesn't matter, that welcome news about a promotion or a new pregnancy or whatever it is also stressful. Change is stressful. It's not shallow for someone to need time to collect themselves and manage their own inner stress. You say nothing about him handling it poorly, so we can safely say he did the grown-up thing and managed it by himself. You say you would like to have a long engagement. and would not be planning a wedding during school, but is he on the same page? And have you told him that? 7th comment. Firstly, your friends and the people you are associating with sound like terrible people disrespecting your relationship like that. Secondly, getting married and having kids for your parents is a terrible premise to start a married life as parents. Thirdly, how is this dude meant to be splashing out on the engagement ring you want so much when he is literally bankrolling your life by paying the bills and rent? Finally, an engagement ring doesn't shut down guys trying to hit on you, you shut down guys hitting on you. I'm not interested, thanks, I have a boyfriend. I don't see no ring on your finger. Fuck off, you creep. God, that's a cringeworthy thing to say, just you, or whatever, I dunno, I'm not a 25-year-old woman, seriously, this is so much a you thing, feeling society's pressures and doing all the big things for all the wrong reasons. For all you know, he's planning a big surprise proposal that you will love and catch you by surprise, and you're here playing top trumps with your female friends. 8th comment. If you love him and he loves you like you say, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. In reality, a ring, an engagement, a marriage, they're all things that don't actually mean anything real. The love can be real, and it's the most important thing here. People commonly get married or engaged sometimes without true love for their partner. People have been conditioned to think this is the proper and only way to show love for someone, but it's all made up, regardless of how long the institution of marriage has existed for. Maybe it's not the top of his priorities right now. Maybe he doesn't see it as the one true way to promise to spend his life with you, but absolutely has the intent to. I don't think you're being ridiculous for wanting these things, but I think you're putting too much stock in the importance of them. Just talk to him about your concerns, maybe you'll find out that he's on the cusp of selecting a ring, or maybe you'll find out something different. Just don't focus on the fact that you need a ring, or that he has enough money to buy a ring or to afford a wedding. That all comes off as very petty, to me. 9th comment. I mean, I don't believe that everything turns out perfectly and is all sparkles and rainbows. I've gone through so many medical issues. I thought I'd graduate in 4 years then go to grad school. But that turned out to not be realistic. I'm not looking for some fairy tale wedding where everything is perfect. I want to be with my boyfriend forever and I want to celebrate. After cancer, I learned life is unpredictable. I never thought I'd have cancer at such a young age, I never thought I'd have to drop school then go back. I honestly appreciate what I have. I don't know if I'll finish school. I could have a relapse. I'm very thankful for my boyfriend, and yes, he is responsible, but so am I. We handle our finances together because he's not the best with money. So I help him budget and I contribute what I can contribute from previous jobs. Just understand that I get the real reality of life. I have insecurities like everyone else that sometimes get the best of me. 10th comment. Okay. So you say this is just about the ring. You just want to be engaged, that's all, then you'll be happy, you can get married at some later date. Then you bluster into a monologue about how you want kids before your parents are gone or too old to be involved, and how you might have trouble carrying a healthy pregnancy, and how you want your parents to be around for your wedding. This doesn't really sound like you just want to be engaged. It sounds like you've got a list of milestones you want to achieve sooner rather than later, and an engagement ring is just your gateway drug. On one hand, basing your life choices on your parents, and hurrying the process of settling down based on this arbitrary, self-imposed timeline, is a terrible idea. It seems like a good way to get into a bad situation. On the other hand, if these things are truly motivating you, and are important to you, then this is a conversation you need to have with your so. Maybe he'll respect that you want these things and will be willing to follow your ideal timeline, or at least compromise and do things sooner than he'd prefer. Maybe he has no intention of being ready in 6 months or 1 year or 5 years, and armed with that knowledge you can decide whether you want to stick around and wait for him or whether you want to look elsewhere for a partner who will work with your time frame.